Hey, listen, for a long time, this man, Colin Cowherd, I think his name is Cowherd, but honestly, I don't care. I don't care. But this man came out and he made a lot of ridiculous statements in his time being out there and being a sports broadcaster or a TV analyst or a TV person, however you want to see this man. So right now, I think he might have made one of his worst takes that I've ever seen in my life. Because after JJ Redick and LeBron James podcast, JJ Redick decided to wear his hat backwards. And when you're watching the podcast, this is something that a normal person probably wouldn't care about. But for some reason, Colin Cowherd was like, I couldn't watch it. I couldn't see anything because he was wearing his hat backwards. That's the reason why you couldn't watch, you couldn't view, you couldn't take in basketball the way that they were talking about it is because of what he was wearing. Listen, okay, I'm gonna need you guys to listen to this guy and just listen to him and hear how ridiculous he sounds.
Love the backward hat for J.J. Redick. I didn't hear a word LeBron said. I couldn't stop staring at the hat. J.J. Redick's going for NBA head coaching jobs. He looks like a guy that's going to move my couch. I would tell J.J. to his face, I'm like, dude, you're going to be an executive in this league. You're going to be a high-level executive or coach. Well, whatever. You guys can go ahead and push back on that stuff. I didn't like it. It's my opinion, my show. You are going to be an NBA coach. He's one of the most cerebral guys in the world talking basketball. Literally, he's so layered beyond. He's Christopher Nolan in Hollywood. He is directing at a different level. J.J. Redick is talking basketball at a different level. And look at this guy. If I'm his agent, I'm like, you could be Steve Kerr. Like Steve Kerr was like a basketball player, then a great broadcaster, which J.J. is, then a GM, then a coach. Then it's like, you look up and you're like, hell, Steve Kerr's the most powerful guy in the league. And then let's just drop it. No big deal. Hey, no big deal. I'm sure it's no big deal.
Like, I know you guys are hearing the same thing I'm hearing. Because this man came out and has a problem with somebody wearing his hat backwards and thinks this is going to cause a rift in JJ Redick finding a job. Because, making a team, being an executive, being a good player has any bearing to do about the way your appearance is. And I would understand if this was maybe ESPN, if this was maybe somewhere where he was supposed to dress up, wear a suit or something, but this is literally a podcast that he is doing from the comfort of wherever he is. Might be a podcast studio, might be his house. They're literally on a video call. And you want this man to dress up in a full suit. Bro, listen, Colin, I don't know what rationale. I don't know if you want JJ Redick to be like, stay far. You're starting to sound like that Clippers owner back in the days when he's like, you got to stay away from those brothers. You got to stay away from them. Stay far away from the brothers because they're going to cause a rift in what it is you need to do because you know where the hat backwards comes from. You know that. And you know how all of this is going to sound because you sound delusional and crazy. Because I'll tell you right now, if people want to hire JJ Redick, they're not going to look at him different because he's wearing his hat backwards. And the ones that do look at him different, they're not the ones that make the moves and do the right things they need to do in the NBA. And that's why they'll always lose because they look at things at the angle that you do. And that angle, if you continue looking at things like that, you're not going to make progression anywhere. Because I'm going to tell you now, his hat backwards has nothing to do with where he's going to be. Absolutely ridiculous. Bro, somebody get this guy off the screen, bro. I still hate the fact of what they did to LeVar Ball, and this guy was a part of it. He was. And if you guys know, you guys know. Holla at me.